if this is a success, we'll be conducting more security related workshop. Um, so recently I also got certified in AWS Security specialty exam. It's been I think a month or so. And before that I give DevOps exam and SysOps renewal and stuff like that. So I did a lot of security when and read a lot of white paper, saw a lot of videos, and was preparing a lot for the AWS security exam. And even though not being a security guy, um, I picked up a lot of good habits through my experience. And when I was going through AWS security, I really found one thing, that doing security on AWS is so easy. It just you need to know the concept. You need to have the understanding of the security. So I think I thought you really don't need to take very long session. If I just want to talk about the best practices of in AWS about security, we can wrap up in 2-3 sessions also. Okay. Yes, the concepts are not. There's so many things in AWS security, but um, you can follow some best practices and you can secure your environment. AWS has amazing security features, and you can do it very easily. There are some features that you can just switch on a button, right, like that, and the security is on, like that. So I thought, why not take a workshop on that? And here I am. And not many people joined. Anyways, so AWS has white papers for so many things. For security also there is white paper. So in this workshop, today's workshop, we're going to follow this white paper. Okay, I'm going to send you this link. AWS security best practices. Okay, so today's workshop is going to be based on this. After the session, go through this piece of document. Okay, read it. I mean, like take your time. Go through this document. We're going to discuss all about whatever is in this AWS best practices white paper. Okay, most of it plus few more things we are going to discuss. And this just talks about the best practices. We are also going to see how to use some tools. So it's going to be also practical. We're going to also have some, what do you say, technical things. Okay, not catching the words today. Okay, anyways, so go through this, and also I'm going to send you some video links and some more white paper things which I have just happened to put here. Yeah, just put it in the chat. Later also I'm going to send this to you to the email also. Link for some YouTube video for AWS reInvent and some more white paper. If you do all this, right, and we're going to take one more session later on security, you'll be very good in terms of security. Yeah. Some of the terminologies may be difficult to understand. Do let me know. I can tell you, or I can guide you where you can understand more about it. Okay. So let's get started. Okay. So as per AWS, security, this is a security sharing model. By the way, you have a responsibility model, shared responsibility model in AWS. So when you put your data on AWS cloud, so how much security responsibilities of AWS and how much is yours? You have to understand that. Okay. You're not seeing my screen?
I can see that.
Okay. Right. So AWS manage its own security, and we have to manage our own security. Like this is, you should know this model in and out. Okay. So you should know what you need to secure. Like AWS data centers, right? And AWS regions, availability zones, edge locations. We'll be talking about edge location also. And the physical computer of AWS storage, right? Data center storage, database networking, and the software layer. That means the one that we access through AWS console. This is all AWS responsibility, right? Once the data goes in the AWS environment, it's AWS responsibility to secure it, right? But the rest of the thing, right? When we have an EC2 instance for example, and we are transitioning, there is data in transit. right? We are pushing the data, pulling the data. So that's our responsibility. You need to encrypt the data, right? Those kind of things, server-side encryption, network security, you need to take care about that. Operating system, network firewall configuration, like security group rules, NACL, right? Network access control list, user access, right? IAM user access, and the data that we upload. Okay, that is our responsibility. So we'll see today how we're going to secure that. That is our responsibility. Okay, so let me show you in the white paper. Sharing security responsibility for AWS services, right? So it is talking about, right, whatever it's responsibility of AWS, right, infrastructure service. An example also it has given somewhere. So when you launch a new AWS instance from a standard, you can access the instance using such white paper, right? A lot of things to read. Like you can choose to generate your own EC2 key pairs, standard tools like OpenSSL. Okay, now so in our course, what we did, we generate the key pair and we download it, right? But some companies have issues that they may say that we don't trust AWS. Okay, what if they kept a private key with them and they can access my instance? So if there are such kind of compliance issues, we can generate our own key and we can use our own key. We can upload the public key over there and we can keep private key with us. We'll do that exercise also today. Okay. Right. So this is in detail, right? I'm just showing you the slide, but this is in detail. So please read through this one. So I'm going to be switching between slides and white paper and some documentation. And do ask me any question, okay? If you have. Okay, so first I'm going to talk about a service, AWS Trusted Advisor. AWS Trusted Advisor is a service that will give you advice, as the name says, advisor, right? About this parameters, cost optimization. Like you may be having some load balancer which you are not using, some you know EC2 instances that you are not using, or some EBS volume that you are not using, and you are paying money for it. Or maybe you are using an EC2 instance, maybe you have taken a C4 large instance, but your requirement is not that much, you're not using it that much. So Trusted Advisor is going to give you advice that, hey, you don't need that much. You can reduce the capacity or increase the capacity, performance-wise also. Okay, and also this has a very important thing in terms of security. This is of our interest. So we may have we may have misconfigured something, because of that some security issue happened on our AWS account. So Trusted Advisor is going to alert us automatically that, hey, you have the security issue, please fix this. So let's see this. It's pretty easy, right? I told you some security concepts are very easy on AWS. So I'm following the white paper best practice through the AWS white paper. Okay, so we're gonna go in a sequence, right? We're gonna see some services. So you should have eye on Trusted Advisor. Before this happens, just a moment. I need to enable one service actually, which I'm gonna show you because it takes like half an hour to make it available. So I'm just gonna enable this. Okay, I'm going to talk about this service. This takes, like you see, this takes up to 15 minutes, sometimes half an hour to enable. So that's why I'm just enabling it right now. Okay, so Trusted Advisor. Trusted Advisor gives you a few things free, but most of its power comes when you purchase an where is it, support plan? Okay, So let's go for security. Okay, so you say MFA on root account is giving me an alert. Check the root account and once if the multi-factor authentication is not enabled. So for my root account, MFA is not enabled. Okay, security group. Now it is telling me there are some rules that allows all the connections. Okay, I did that one rule for on purpose because I'm going to show you a few things. Like 22 you enabled for everyone. It's going to alert you on that. Now this just shows you, but you can configure an SNS notification also for this. Okay, like if something happens, you get an email notification. If you have an AWS snapshot which is public, it's going to alert you. Or if you have Amazon RDS public snapshot, the RDS database public snapshot, S3 bucket permission, if you have some permission that publicly accessible, stuff like that. IMU. So this is free, but there are some more alerts that it can show on security group, password policy, CloudTrail logging, load balancer security group, CloudFront, SSL, so many, which comes only with the when you upgrade the support plan. Okay, so now if you have an in your organization, you may not go for the basic basic plan, right? Either you may have minimum developer or you may have business account with AWS, right? So just showing you, if you have the business account, you get access to all trusted advisor checks. Okay, keep that in mind. This is going to be on for you. You may not be using it. Okay, so my recommendation, go there, use it, and you can enable notifications also. So you are covered in that area. Something goes wrong, as per the trusted advisor, it's going to alert you. It also alerts you on one very important thing that happens nowadays from a long time. I am exposed access keys. So we have access key and secret key. Some people by mistake expose it publicly on GitHub repositories or other places. So trusted advisor will always not only check your account, but outside if you have exposed something, like it's gonna scan the GitHub public repository, which is cool, right? Think about it. You have a tool that is scanning GitHub public repository for your access keys. If it finds your access key over there, it's gonna alert you, and you can quickly take action. Okay, and there are white papers on that. If something like this happens, what should you do next? All right, so it gets into more and more detail, right? We'll see in the next, probably if this session is successful, we'll talk about the next session. Then we'll talk about those things, those scenarios. Okay, so yes, if you have AWS account, you may have a business account in your organization and you may be missing this service. So you can start using this service. All right, so pretty easy, right? Any question here? But there are other things I'm not talking about, right? Service limits, fault tolerance, performance, cost optimization. We're just thinking about security today. Okay, so very nice and easy service. Right. Next, of